Hello students, welcome to our YouTube channel Shetty's Technical Academy for diploma and degree classes.
Hello students, welcome to Shetty's Technical Academy and myself Mohit Chaudhary. I will be teaching you thermodynamics. Hope you are liking the videos of strength of materials which we have already posted on our channel. So coming back to thermodynamics, what is the basic in this lecture? I will be telling about the introduction, means what is thermodynamics, and we will be discussing about the syllabus what we are going to cover. Okay, so let's start with thermodynamics. First, what is thermodynamics? You can see that there are two terms, that is thermo and dynamics. Okay, what is therm? Therm is nothing but heat, and dynamics we say that it is in motion. So we can say that the conversion of heat into energy and energy into heat is nothing but we are going to study in this subject, that is thermodynamics. The definition is that it is a branch of science that deals with, it is branch of science that deals with the energy interaction between the system and surrounding and its net effect on the properties of system. Okay, it is a branch of science that deals with the energy interaction between the system and surrounding and its net effect on the properties of system. So there are these two terms, that system, surrounding, property. What are these terms? We will be seeing in the next chapters, in the next lectures. What will be, there are some definitions on this we will be clearing in the when I will be covering with fundamentals of thermodynamics. Hope you are clear with this, what is thermodynamics. Coming to our syllabus, we are having 6 units, right? The first is fundamentals of thermodynamics. In this you will be studying about the concept of pure substance, what is a system, types of system, surrounding, boundary, concept of enthalpy, entropy. Second, you will be studying about the laws of thermodynamics, the 0th law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, second law of thermodynamics. Then you will be having applications of those laws on the system, on such as you will be studying steady flow energy equation, and similarly the second law of thermodynamic application is the application to the heat pump and refrigerator. In the second unit, that is ideal gases, you will be having the concept of what is ideal gas, laws of Charles, such as Charles law, Boyle's law, Avogadro's law. Then you will be having the representation of the gases, means interaction on PVTH diagrams, right? We will be solving numericals. There will be various concepts such as isobaric process, isochoric process, various processes will be there. We will be studying that in this chapter. Third, we are having steam and steam boiler. In this chapter, we will be covering the generation of steam, the various processes such as vapor processes such as constant pressure process, constant volume process, constant enthalpy process, and we will be solving numericals on that, and how the representation on PV, TS diagrams, TH diagrams, we will be having that in this chapter. And there is some theory related to boilers, means classification of boilers, types of boilers. We will be studying about different types of boilers such as Loeffler boiler, Lamont boiler, Babcock and Wilcox boiler, etc. And the last chapter, the last content in this would be the theory based on the mountings and accessories on boilers. Okay. Moving to the fourth chapter, that is steam turbines. In this we will be having the classification of turbines, that is impulse turbine and reaction turbine, its construction, its working, and we will be having numericals on this, right? Coming to steam condenser part, here we will be studying about the concept of what is steam condenser, different types of condenser, its construction, its working. Then we will be having one concept, that is the Dalton's law of pressure, and we will be having one last topic, that is cooling towers. Okay, here also we will be having some numericals. The last chapter in this would be heat transfer. We all know that there are three modes of heat transfer, that is conduction, convection and radiation. We will be having some theory concept and numericals on this part. Okay, and the last part, the theory part, there would be what is heat exchanger, and we will be having some numericals on those. So total, looking at this subject thermodynamics, you would be having theory, some derivation parts and numericals. Like other subjects, you say I will be doing just theory and derivation and I will be getting passed. Okay, or sometimes you just do some numericals and theory and you aim to score marks and get succeed in your examination. Hope you are clear with what is thermodynamics and what we are going to cover in this course. So students, welcome, and let's start with our first topic, that is fundamentals of thermodynamics. In this lecture we will be studying about the concept such as pure substance, what is system, types of system, boundary, and the concept of surroundings. These are very small topics and usually the definitions are asked in your examination and also for Viva. So let's start with what is pure substance. Simply the definition is the substance whose chemical composition is constant, is the same throughout its mass. We say that it is a pure substance. Chemical composition is constant throughout its mass. Let us understand this by an example, right? So consider one barrel which is filled with water. Okay, the top layer, what is the chemical composition, means what is the chemical name for water? How do we represent water? By saying H2O, right? The top layer, what would be the chemical composition in this barrel? It will be nothing but H2O, right? And at the bottom also H2O, right? So throughout these layers we can say that in this barrel water is present, that is H2O is present. So it is a example of pure substance. Consider another example. This is the water in the barrel, right? And I am adding NaCl, that is nothing but salt, to this water. So can we say that this is a pure substance? Yes, this is a pure substance. Why? I will tell you. Salt gets dissolves in this water, right? So my top layer would be H2O plus a mixture of, it would be a mixture of H2O plus NaCl, and similarly last layer also I will get H2O plus NaCl. So I can say that this is an example of pure substance. Next, let's see another example. In this barrel I am filling top portion, the shaded portion which you can see, this is oil, and the bottom layer is H2O, water. So can I say that this is an example of pure substance? See, the first layer here is oil and last layer you can say there is water. So this is not an example of a pure substance. Clear with this concept of pure substance. Now let's see what is system. What is system? The area or the region in space upon which study is focused, we say that is a system. Region in space where study is to be done or focused. Let's understand this. What is system? Consider this my whole blackboard. This is a space, right? This is a space where I can write anything in this corner, in that corner, right? Consider this block which I am drawing. In the whole blackboard, if I want to focus my camera in only this section, then only this portion is nothing but my system. Right? Understood? What is my system? In the whole space, I am focusing on something that I have to study. That is nothing but my system. Next, we have the concept of surrounding. Okay? Anything which is surrounding, anything external to system means this is my system, this block is my system. So anything which is outside this system means the area which is outside this block is nothing but my surrounding. That is anything external to the system. Leaving this boundary which is outside my boundary, that is system. And we have the concept of boundary, right? What is boundary? Boundary separates system from surrounding. Here you can see that this is my whole surrounding. These 4 lines, the square block which I have drawn, this is nothing but my boundary which separates my system from the surrounding. So this external, the whole blackboard is my surrounding, right? This is my surrounding, whole blackboard. The block which I have drawn, the lines are my boundary wherein my camera would be focused, and this is my system. Boundary, there is one thing you need to remember, that this boundary can be fixed or moving. Let's understand this by an example. Consider a piston cylinder arrangement which does not have walls. Okay, so this is enclosed, right? This is cylinder, and what I am drawing here is piston, right? Now consider this is my system. This portion which I want to study, this part is my system. If what will happen, as my piston goes up or down, as it slides up and down, my system, the area, this area gets on changing. So when I press my piston, when it goes upside, what would my area would be? Consider this would be my area, right? When my piston slides up, and when it goes down, my area would increase. Thus the boundary here is moving, right? Clear with this concept of system, surrounding and boundary? Now let's move to the types of systems. The types of systems are mainly defined by 2 characteristics, means 2 factors are there which define the types of systems. Types of systems. Mainly there are 2 factors. We are having 3 types of systems. First is open system, isolated system. The two factors which are the key players in defining these three terms are, one is mass and other is energy. Okay, this classification is totally based on two factors, that is mass and energy. In open system, both mass and energy are allowed to flow through the system. Means, consider this is my system, right? From here is my mass in, from here is my mass out, and from here is my energy in, here is my energy out, right? In this open system, what? Mass and energy both are allowed to flow through the system. That is nothing but open system. Here the examples are all the real life applications, that is turbines, pumps, etc. In pump, you can say the mass, that is water flows from lower head to high head, and also the energy at the starting point and ending point is different. So we say that this is an example of open system. In closed system, only mass transfer does not take place. In closed system, mass transfer does not take place. Only energy is allowed to flow through the system. Means, for illustration, let us draw this diagram again. System, and only energy flows. Energy in, energy out. Right? No mass transfer takes place. For example, the piston cylinder arrangement which I have drawn, piston cylinder arrangement without walls means there are no walls, closing and opening walls, right? See, this is my piston cylinder arrangement. There are no walls present. I am not drawing any wall. Here, the mass content would be fixed. The fuel which is there, that would be fixed. No other mass I am adding or extracting from it, right? Only the energy transfer is going on. So means when I reciprocate this cylinder, this piston, only the energy, means this would compress and the energy pressure in this section would increase, and when it exceeds the opposing force, it will oppose and the piston retracts back. So there is no other addition, or there is nothing mass transfer taking place. Clear with this example? Next example you have, that is pressure cooker. Right? Here also, once you put the stuff inside the pressure cooker and close the lid, nothing extra additional you add in that, right? This is a similar example of closed system. Hope you are clear with open system and closed system. Next, you have isolated system. Here, neither the mass nor the energy is allowed to transfer. Okay? Neither mass or energy gets transferred. This is totally a theoretical concept. You may say there are examples such as thermoflask or hot pot. But after some time, if I have a thermoflask and in that I pour hot water in it, but after some time, will it remain that hot as I had poured at the initial stage? No. So we can't say that it is a proper example of isolated system. Yes, the thermoflask where the temperature at which I had poured my water, it sustains for a longer duration of time, that is for 3 to 4 days. If I check that the temperature once was at initial, it was considered some 80 degrees Celsius, right? and after 4 to 5 days, if it is 80 degrees Celsius, yes, then I can say that no energy has been transferred. There is no heat taken, no heat transfer took place in that system. So I can say that it is an example of isolated system, right? The main example here you can say that universe. Universe is the best example to say isolated system. What is isolated system, right? And what is universe? Universe is nothing but your system plus surrounding, right? In the earlier example which I have given you, when can I say my blackboard is whole complete? When I had drawn the block which was my system, right, and my external means which was external to this, that was my surrounding. So when I could define a blackboard, that is only when my system and surrounding hold together, when I add up those system and surrounding, then and only I can say that this is my blackboard. Similarly, universe is nothing but system plus surrounding, right? Hope you are clear with this concept of pure substance, system, boundary and types of system.